Okay students, now we are going to see the mechanism how the TGs and phospholipids and cholesterol ester that would be broken down with the help of enzymes. So firstly I have drawn over here the formula of fatty acid. We all know that fatty acids are basically the carboxylic acids. So this is fatty acid, carbon double bond oxygen with OH and R, and this one over here with 3 carbons is the glycerol. Okay. Now I have made over here a structure of triglyceride, and you know, if you want to learn how to make these structures of cholesterol, triglycerides and phospholipids, all that stuff, then please check out my another video which is basically on these structures. Okay, so I have explained in that video in detail that how to draw these structures and what mistakes should be avoided while drawing these structures. In this video we are just going to study about how to break these TGs. Now we have fatty acid and glycerol, we have combined both of them, we have created an ester bond between them. I told you earlier that ester bond is basically the bond, this bond over here, which is basically between oxygen and carbon of glycerol. This is basically the oxygen belonging to the glycerol, and this is the carbon belonging to the fatty acid. This portion is of fatty acid and this portion is of glycerol till here. So you have to make ester bond between oxygen of glycerol and carbon of fatty acid, and we have to break this bond actually. So firstly we have the TGs, and if you remember that we have 3 enzymes: pancreatic lipase, lingual lipase and gastric lipase. Now I told you that lingual lipase and gastric lipase is to break down the fatty acids which have R group less than 12 carbon atoms. So I was talking about this R group. If this R group has carbon atoms equal to or less than 12 carbons, then it would be acted upon by lingual lipase and gastric lipase. Means it is short or medium chain fatty acid, this R group. Okay, so if it has less than 12 carbon atoms, it would be acted upon by lingual lipase and gastric lipase. But if it has more than 12 carbons, if it is long chain fatty acid, then it would be acted upon by which enzyme? Pancreatic lipase, because that is specialized for you know, long chain fatty acid. So I was talking about this R group present in the fatty acid portion. Okay, now we are going to break the enzyme. So suppose it is a long chain fatty acid, so it would be acted upon by which enzyme? It would be acted upon by pancreatic lipase. Okay, suppose it reaches the small intestine and the pancreatic lipase would be secreted by pancreas reaching the small intestine, and it would break this. And now what is the most important step? The most important step is to identify from where we have to break the bond. We have to break the bond between oxygen of glycerol and carbon of fatty acid. So bond will be broken from here. Also one more important point, that this pancreatic lipase does not act on carbon number 2. This is carbon number 1, this is carbon number 2 and this is carbon number 3. It preferably acts on carbon number 1 and carbon number 3. So we will not break the bond of carbon number 2, we will only break the bond of carbon number 1 and carbon number 3. So I have broken the bond from here. So now what we will get over here is, it would remain same, carbon, hydrogen and hydrogen. It would remain same, oxygen, it would remain same. Now what will happen? That this enzymes always work in the presence of water. Enzymes always work in aqueous medium. So what will happen over here, that we will take 2 molecules of water. So suppose I am going to write over here, we have 2 molecules of water, and those 2 molecules of water will be broken down into 2 H positive and 2 OH negative. Okay, now what we have to do over here is that these H positive, they will travel on carbon number 1 and on carbon number 3, and this OH negative, this will be added to fatty acid. See how? So here I have broken the bond and 1 H will be over here, so it will be somehow like this. Okay, now and this has been released from here, so we will write it as like this. This is carbon double bond oxygen R, and 1 OH from here will come here and the fatty acid will be released. Now on the second step, what we will have to do is that it does not act on carbon number 2, so carbon number 2 atoms will remain intact like this, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and carbon double bond oxygen R. And now on carbon number 3, same what we did with carbon number 1, and here the bond will be broken down. 1 H was used over here and other H will be used over here, and then the fatty acid will be released. This is carbon double bond oxygen like this, and हाँ ठीक है निकलो. Okay, so what will happen over here, that this R would remain same, and one OH was used on carbon number 1 and one OH was used on carbon, will be used on carbon number 2. Don't take tension, I'm just going to repeat it, that we have the triglyceride over here. Okay, now what happens, that we have to break an ester bond. Ester bond will be between the oxygen of glycerol and carbon of fatty acid. Okay, so this bond will be broken down, not this bond, not this bond, not this bond, only this central bond will be broken down. Pancreatic lipase preferably acts on carbon number 1 and carbon number 3, so carbon number 2 will remain intact. The process will occur in the presence of water molecule. Okay, so we will take two water molecules. Two water molecules will firstly be broken down into 2H positive and 2OH negative. Now what will happen next is that these two, the 1H positive will go there and it will form OH bond over here, and similarly it has been broken down from here, so the fatty acid will be released. Carbon double bond oxygen R and one OH from here will be added over here and the fatty acid will be released. Now what happens next, carbon number 2, it remains intact. You have to do nothing with the carbon number 2. Okay, now in carbon number 3 same process happens, that H from here travels over here, this H is added, one H is added over here and one H adds over here. Okay, now it will be added over here and now the OH negative, one OH negative will be added over here and the fatty acid will be released. Now these two components, these two free fatty acids have been released, so we have two free fatty acids. Why I am calling it free fatty acids? Because I told you earlier that free fatty acid is the one which is obtained on hydrolysis of lipids. Okay, so whenever there is word free, it means that some lipid has been broken down and then the fatty acid was released, and that fatty acid will be termed as free fatty acid. And now this whole structure over here, let me say this whole structure, this one over here, what this structure will be called as, this is carbon number 1, this is carbon number 2 and this is carbon number 3. And you see over here, I told you in the start of video that this bond carbon double bond oxygen into R, this is acyl group. Okay, so in this whole structure where you can see the acyl group, here you can see the acyl group, this one over here is the acyl group. As only one acyl group is present, and on which carbon this acyl group is present, this acyl group is present on carbon number 2. One acyl group is present on carbon number 2, so this structure would be termed as 2 monoacyl, and this one over here is glycerol, 2 monoacyl glycerol. So whenever the TGs are broken down, the TGs having the fatty acids greater than containing the greater than 12 carbon atoms, then these will be acted upon by pancreatic lipase in the presence of water and they will yield two products. One is 2 monoacyl glycerol and second one is the 2 free fatty acids. 2 free fatty acids will be released. I hope this is very clear to you. Now we are going to study about the breakdown of phospholipids. What happens in the breakdown of phospholipids? So I've drawn over here a structure of phospholipid. Same is the structure of phospholipid. We have we have a glycerol molecule, then 2 fatty acids on carbon number 1 and 2, and then we have the this phosphoric acid, and we have a nitrogenous base on carbon number 3. So this is the phosphatidylcholine, because I have used over here nitrogenous base which is choline. Now this would be acted upon, if this R group is containing the short to medium chain fatty acids, then it would be acted upon by pancreatic lingual lipase and gastric lipase. If it has long chain fatty acids, then it will be acted upon by pancreatic lipase. Suppose it is acted upon by pancreatic lipase. Same thing will happen as we studied in TGs. What will happen if we have two water molecules? It will be broken down into 2H positive and 2H negative. Now you will tell me what will happen next. Now 2H positive and 2H negative, which bond we have to break? Okay, do remember in case of phospholipid, there nothing will happen with carbon number 3. This is carbon number 1, carbon number 2 and carbon number 3. Carbon number 3 will remain intact. Okay, so in case of TGs, carbon number 2 will remain intact, while in case of phospholipids, carbon number 3 will remain intact. Which bond we have to break? Should I break this bond? Should I break this bond? No, I have to break this bond, the one present between oxygen and carbon. So I will break this bond from here and this bond from here. What will happen next? This H positive, one H positive will move over here, and the second H positive, that will move over here. Okay, now what would be the product? It would be something like that: CH2OH, CHOH, and then we would have CH2 oxygen, carbon double bond oxygen, phosphorus. It would be same as that. So my dear aimers, what we have done, N positive, CH3 into 3. And what would be released? That this OH negative one will move over here and other will move over here. So we would have 2 free fatty acids. Okay, it is same like that. Okay, so what we have got over here, that what this structure, now what this structure is called as, this whole structure from here to here, this whole is termed as glycerophospholipid. Glycerophospholipid, and 2 fatty acids and 2 free fatty acids have been released. Now I'm going to revise it for you. We have broken down TGs. Oh my god, I have done a lot of, I have messed up the whole whiteboard. What we have done till now, we have the triglycerides and we have phospholipids. They have been acted upon by pancreatic lipase. What is the difference? That pancreatic lipase would not act on carbon number 2 of TGs and pancreatic lipase will not act on carbon number 3 of phospholipids. We have used 2 water molecules in both the cases. We have 2H positive and 2H negative. H positive will always move to the side of glycerol to make it, to complete the glycerol as it was in its original form, and OH negative will always move to make the fatty acid, free fatty acid. When TGs are broken down by the help of pancreatic lipase, the 2 monoacyl glycerol and 2 free fatty acids will be released. When pancreatic lipase acts upon phospholipids, phospholipid will be converted into glycerophospholipid, and similarly 2 free fatty acids will be released. Got it? Now we will study how the cholesterol ester will be broken down into its components. Okay students, now we have to break the last lipid over here, which is cholesterol. So now we are going to study about cholesterol. So here I have drawn the structure of cholesterol, and please do check out the video of cholesterol, in which I have told you how to draw this cholesterol, so that you may avoid maximum mistakes from drawing the structure of cholesterol, because that is so important. Okay, so I have the cholesterol over here, and this cholesterol would be acted upon by an enzyme which is cholesterol esterase. And do remember that this cholesterol esterase, it is also secreted by pancreas, and it is also present in pancreatic juice. Okay, so this is cholesterol esterase. This structure is cholesterol, and here we have the ester group present over here. So this is the ester group. I told you how was the ester group. Ester group was somewhat like carbon double bond oxygen, R, O and R. So this is carbon double bond oxygen, R, O, and this whole is the R group. So this is the cholesterol esterase over here. Okay, so this is cholesterol esterase over here. It would be acted upon by cholesterol esterase enzyme, which is secreted by pancreas, and here we will use only 1 water molecule. In case of phospholipid and TGs, we use 2 water molecules, while in case of cholesterol we will use only 1 water molecule. It would be broken down into 2H positive and OH negative. Got it? Now what will happen next is that this H positive, it will move over here, and which bond we have to break from here? We have to break this bond over here. Okay, which is basically the bond between carbon and oxygen. Now what will be the product? That H positive will be added over here, and OH negative will go to this carbon. This will be somehow like this and this is carbon number 3. Do remember. So we would have O, we have O, or we already have O, and H would be attached over here, and then what we will have R, C, double bond oxygen, and then we will have over here this OH negative. So this OH will be here. So whenever we break the cholesterol esterase, we get the cholesterol. This is cholesterol having the OH on carbon number 3, and this is 1 free fatty acid. Okay, other structure remains same. What you have to do simply is, on carbon number 3, firstly there was an ester bond. We broke the ester bond between carbon and oxygen, and then OH negative was added with this carbon, making a free fatty acid, and the H positive, it was attached over here, making an complete HOH over carbon number 3. So this was all for the metabolism or the catabolism, specifically how we broke the lipids, and now I'm just going to revise it for you. We studied about, in this video we specifically studied about the digestion of lipids. Firstly, we studied that digestion takes place in stomach and small intestine. It starts in stomach and it ends in small intestine. Then we studied about 3 important enzymes. Now I'm also going to add this enzyme over here. I forgot to add this. So we have 4 basic enzymes. One is the lingual lipase, which is secreted by von Ebner's gland. Revise it with me, please. Then secondly, we have the gastric lipase, which was secreted by chief cells of stomach, and then we have the pancreatic lipase, which was secreted by exocrine portion of pancreas, and then we had the cholesterol esterase enzyme, which was also secreted by pancreas. So these were the enzymes. Lingual lipase and gastric lipase, they were activated in acidic pH and they were activated in stomach, while the pancreatic lipase, it acts in small intestine, and cholesterol esterase also act in small intestine. Then we have the mechanism how these lipids will be broken down. TGase, the enzyme was suppose pancreatic lipase, we used 2 water molecules, and what was the product? The product was 2 monoacylglycerol, and second was 2 free fatty acids. Then we had phospholipid, basically we had the phosphatidylcholine, it was acted upon by phospholipid. Similarly, 2 water molecules will be released. The product was glycerophospholipid, and we had the 2 free fatty acids. So these are the similarities. And then we had the cholesterol esterase, it was acted upon by cholesterol esterase enzyme. Only 1 water molecule was used and the product was cholesterol and 1 free fatty acid. Okay, it was in this happened in like if it is lingual lipase or gastric lipase, it will happen in stomach, and if it is pancreatic lipase, it will be acted upon by small intestine. Okay, so this was all for today. I hope that you got the lecture, and I would be very happy if you have got the lecture. And if you have any question related to the topic, please feel free to ask in the comment section. This is all for today. Take care and Allah Hafiz.